I have an example of why you should not give up. Always have to go on and go on, never give up. Because if you give up, then you're lost, you lose. That's it, that's the end of it. So you cannot give up until you have no more way to go, and then, of course, there is no way, nothing you can do anymore, then you have to give up, of course, yeah. But unless there is still a little bit chance, something you can do, you just do it until you die, let's say. And an example of this is, I lived in Mexico and I wanted to become Mexican citizen, because my wife was Mexican. But since her birth certificate was made up when she was already 7 or 8 years old, they didn't accept that. So I could not prove that my wife was Mexican, because that birth certificate was not good enough. So I said, what the hell, what do I do now, So I lived in Ciudad Juarez, that's in the north of Mexico. So I took the bus all the way to Mexico, 24 hours drive in the bus. I went to the government building there, talked to the person, and I told them that about my problem with the birth certificate. He said, sorry, there's nothing I can do. He said, that birth certificate is we cannot use that. So, sorry, I cannot help you. Okay, that's it. So I left and I went outside, standing against the wall somewhere. I said, what the hell do I do now, I'm here. I drove 24 hours in the bus just to tell me that nothing they can do. I cannot just give up, I have to do something. And I remember what my father told me, that Napoleon told his soldiers that a French soldier, he doesn't surrender, he dies. See, a French soldier does not surrender, he dies. He goes all the way to the end. So I was thinking, okay, I don't want to surrender, what do I do now? I said, okay, I'm gonna talk to that guy's boss. Who is his boss? Well, the president, that's it. I said, okay, let's go and talk to the president of Mexico. So I took the bus, I went to the Zocalo, and I went to the palace, presidential palace there. When I walked there, I got in there, and right away, there was a soldier with a machine gun. Hey, where are you going? I said, I just want to go talk to the president. I said, no, you cannot see the president. Yeah, I need to see him because I have a problem. I want to explain him my problem, so I need to see him. And he said, okay, go in there, go left, and then go upstairs there. I was already surprised that he let me in, so okay, I walked inside in the palace, and then I walked a little bit, and then again, 2 soldiers with machine guns. Hey, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to see the president. No, you can't see the president, forget it, go get out. I said, no, I talked to the soldier in the front and he let me in, he told me it was okay. Oh yeah? Oh, okay. So yeah, you go upstairs here then, and you go to the office in there and you will see it. So okay, I walked upstairs, opened the door, sit there in the waiting room, and after a while they called me. I go inside, it was a big office, very nice, and talked to a guy there. He said, hello, sit, have a seat, and what can I do? I said, I'm here to see the president because I'm having a problem. Oh, the president is not in town right now, he left. He is outside of the country, but maybe I can help you, he said. I'm his secretary. I said, okay, I told him my problem with my birth certificate, and he suggested maybe friends or family or neighbors where she was born that knew her, maybe they can sign a petition that they know her, that she was born there and they know her since she was very little, and that maybe they can accept that one, he said. That's all he could do, but that's all I can do because we cannot change the law. That's the law and that's it, he said. I said, okay, I'll try. And so I went back. I thanked him and I left. And next day I went back to that same guy again. I explained him that I went to go see the president and that they told me that maybe that paper, when the neighbors knew her and all that stuff, sign a paper and then maybe that will work? He said, no, we cannot accept that. We don't accept that. I said, oh man, so what do I do then? I said, I have no money to give you because maybe you need money to approve it. He said, no, it's nothing to do with money. It's just we cannot accept it. And then he was quiet for a while. He started thinking. Okay, he said, go and see this person here. And he signed me a paper that I could see that person was in the same building. That was his boss. That was the big boss in that whole department there. So I explained to him my problem, what that problem was, and he said, okay, he said, your wife, does she have a diploma of her elementary school, elementary education? I said, yes, she has that. Okay, he said, send me that, a copy of her elementary school education, and then we will prove that she is a Mexican citizen. I said, oh, good. I have to go home and mail that. Maybe that paper gets lost and it takes forever to come back. And I told him, you know what? I have no money, man. Maybe I'm out of money. And when I go back to Juarez, back home, maybe I have no money left to buy a stamp to mail this diploma to you, you know. And he said, okay, he said, it's a proof that your wife is a Mexican citizen. He signed the paper, stamp, and I left with the paper, proof that my wife was Mexican. I said, wow, yes, I did it. So I went back home, back to 24 hours driving, and I came home with my paper that my wife was proven to be Mexican. So this is a good example of not giving up, just go all the way until you die, until you have no more ways to go or nothing to do, but you do everything that's possible. And most of the time you will get it done, because I have several examples. I'm going to give you some more other examples in other videos, but this one was one of them. So remember, never give up.